everybody, and welcome! Today I'll be showing you how to make an automatic piglin trading farm for your Minecraft survival and or creative world. It's very simple and easy to make, but you will need some materials before jumping into this project. You'll also need to have access to the nether, obviously. Now, let's see what you need to make this farm. The materials required are 2 chests, 1 singular hopper, 1 singular carpet, 1 gold ore or gold block, 1 lever, 8 redstone dust, 1 redstone repeater, 1 redstone torch, 1 sticky piston, 1 dropper, 11 glass blocks, 2 buttons of your choosing, 1 iron door, 2 torches, and a couple stacks of building blocks of your choosing. I'd recommend ones that will not burn because remember, we're in the nether. Now, once you've gathered your materials, you can head on into your portal and get ready to build this farm in the nether. I chose a nice flat area to build our containment unit for our farm. What we're doing here is I'm making a 9 by 7 little hole to build our platform in. You can make this any size you want as long as it can fit the farm. I recommend the smallest being a 6 by 6 or a 7 by 7. For this particular one, I'm going with a 9 by 7 so I can fit multiple units in the farm. As you can see, I have the platform all laid out in a good spot. Now what I'm doing next is I'm going to build a wall around it so there's plenty of room and everything is nice and contained, like so. And once I finished going around with the first layer of blocks, I built it up a few more blocks high to the cave of the ceiling. Now, what you might want to do is make sure you have a roof on this. I used the natural cave as a roof, but you want this to be at least 6 blocks tall. Now, you can install your iron door with a button on either side. This will be how you get in and out. It will keep all the hostile mobs out, and our farm safe inside. After this, you're going to go to one of the corners and make sure you're at least a couple blocks away from all the walls. Next, place 1 block down, a temporary block above it, and a block on either side. Afterwards, removing the temporary block in between. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to grab your redstone torch and your lever. Once you have your lever, you're going to place it on the right hand side like so, and then grab your redstone torch and simply place it right underneath. So you should have a lever and redstone torch on the same side. Afterwards, grab your redstone repeater and place it in between the 2 blocks facing the opposite direction that the lever is facing. You should have something that looks like this. Next, once you do that, grab 1 singular redstone dust and place it underneath the left-hand side. As you can see, it starts a clock-like formation with the lever controlling the start and stop. The problem is, if you don't set the repeater to a certain time delay, it'll turn itself off. So as you can see here, I put it down right away and the clock turned itself off. So I recommend a 2-tick delay at the very least. That way when you start it, it will not burn out. And then when you're ready to turn the automatic clock off, you can use the lever on the right hand side to stop it. Next, grab 2 chests, place it a double chest like that in front of it with a hopper facing into the chest right above. Next, go above the hopper, place a temporary block with a glass block on either side of those 2, leaving the front open so we can get the piglin in. After you've done that, you can remove those temporary blocks above the hopper. We won't need them. So you should have something that looks like this, a hopper feeding into a chest with a glass containment unit above it. Next, grab a dropper and place it above the glass blocks, feeding into the hopper. You should have the mouth of the dropper facing towards the hopper with a 2-block gap in between. Next, go in front of the chest, place a sticky piston, and then your gold ore or gold block. What this does is when the gold ore is moved, the piglin will trade faster. And once you've had that, go to the right hand side, place a glass block there, a temporary block above it with a glass block next to it, and a glass block above it. you should have a zigzag formation like so, and then you can remove the temporary block. Next, grab more redstone dust and place it feeding on each block we just placed of glass, and then make sure you put one more up feeding into the dropper. This automatic clock will feed into the dropper and continuously dispense our gold to the piglin in the farm. Pretty simple, right? Once you're ready for the next step, you're going to take that carpet and place it above the hopper, and then you're going to build a staircase towards the hopper so we can get the piglin into the chamber. This staircase is temporary and you will not need to keep it. Afterwards, try luring your piglin with a minecart. I tried this way and was slain multiple times. Eventually, a few trials and errors later, we got him finally up into the farm. Thank goodness, but once you have him up there, you will need to name him so he doesn't despawn. I grabbed my name tag, and because I'm funny, I thought it would be a good idea to name our piggy friend Bacon. Bacon is now a new friend for our survival world. But once you have him in there, you can box him up, and then all you need to do is chuck your gold ingots in the dropper above, hit the switch to turn the clock back on, and it will automatically dispense gold to the pig. Now, if you want to make him trade slightly faster, you will need to connect the redstone to the piston and gold ore. You can't do it this way, you'll have to sneak it around back, but it's a simple fix. Now, the reason we are doing this is because the faster he sees the block move, the quicker he will trade. But it is not necessary, and honestly, it's only for a couple seconds quicker, so if you don't mind the wait, you really don't have to do this method. It doesn't really decrease efficiency too much unless you just want to get it done faster. But as you can see, it's moving back and forth now with the clock, as well as how the dropper will continuously dispense gold. So we're going to put the gold back up into the dropper, hit the switch, and see if there's any difference in his trading speed. I did notice a couple seconds faster, but not enough to merits a new new farm out of it. So if you do choose, I will leave it up to you. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it, but I did make it so you could make it go faster or slower, whatever you're choosing. So once whatever he's done trading, you'll put those gold blocks back up in the dropper and send it through him one more time, and then see how many goodies you get at the end. We did this for a little while before deciding that the sound of the piston going back and forth was utter torture, and we decided to remove it. I'm sorry, I just can't take it. But we did get some goodies right off the bat before eventually removing the gold and the piston. You can also try using a fully gold block, and I wanted to see if that would speed it up, and we got about the same result as with the ore. So you're probably better off with the ore, but if you can't get the ore, if you don't have a Silk Touch pickaxe yet, you could use the block. That's totally possible. But like I said, you're only shaving off a few milliseconds of your time, so is it really worth it? No, not to me. So we got rid of the piston. Too much noise. Can't help it. But once you got rid of all the piston, the gold block, and the redstone, we have more gold to feed our little buddy and see what he gives back to us. So we let this machine run for a little while. We kept dumping gold into our piggy buddy, and we sat and we watched to see what he would give to us. After about 5 or 10 minutes of doing this, we started to check to see what loot we had. So at first we had some iron nuggets, some crying obsidian, lots of quartz, and some regular obsidian. So far, so good. So after that, what we did was we got this. So we got more quartz, we got some spectral arrows, fire charges, leather, gravel, cobbled deep slate. Yeah, so his trades are definitely increasing. After that, we got nether bricks, ender pearls, soul sand, string. So many more things you can get from this silly little farm, and you can even get potions and enchanting books. And I really want to see what you guys get from this because I let it run for about an hour, and I will not show you that because I want to see what you came up with. And as always, I hope you enjoy. Hope it didn't bore you too much. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.